Hello, everybody. So, 40,000 subscribers. Not only that, but we recently also broke over 10 million views on the channel now. So, I am astounded, as always. And there's really nothing I can say except thank you all. Thank you, each and every one of you who has ever watched or subscribed to this channel. It's amazing. It's always amazing. And I start every one of these subscriber updates with this because I really don't know what else to say. Sometimes it feels like I'm on a waterfall, or I'm caught up in a waterfall, or I'm on a train and there's just this momentum, and it's just something that's happening, and I'm along for the ride. But what an awesome, amazing ride it is! And of course, I'm doing my best to keep it all going and everything, but it's amazing, and there's really nothing else that I can say about that. But thank you all, and thank you, thank you, thank you so much. It's incredible. Speaking of astounding, you might all be a little astounded at my hair. The last time I went to get my hair cut, mistakes were made, and I did not get quite what I thought I was asking for, but it'll grow back. I'm going to let it grow. But anyway, I really want you all to know that I truly appreciate each and every one of you watching and subscribing. And there is a certain amount of pressure, of course, that comes along with that to keep putting out good content. But I can only do my best, and so I'll do my best, and that's the best I can do. And that's always kind of been my attitude towards life. I'm trying to make that a proactive version of that. I don't want to be lazy. I don't want to say I did my best when I didn't really do my best. But I can only do my best. So I'm trying to genuinely do my best and put out the best content I can. There are a lot of competing priorities, and there's only so much time, energy, and resources. So it's always a challenge, but I will always keep doing my best. So don't you worry. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to keep at this indefinitely. As long as this is a thing, I'll be here. And so I hope you'll stay with me here too. I'm just gonna kind of cut this in here. There was something I really wanted to talk about and forgot. Sorry about the lighting and the quality and stuff. I'd taken everything down, and then I remembered that I really wanted to talk about this. Some of you may have noticed that I haven't been responding to and commenting on the comments on the videos as much all of a sudden. And I just wanted to let you know that is not like me doing that on purpose, but what actually happened is, gradually over time, I think YouTube's been sending me a little bit fewer notifications. I haven't been seeing like every single comment. I do it primarily on the Creator app that YouTube provides. And all of a sudden, right around 3,900 or 39,500 subscribers, like this was a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, all of a sudden, those notifications in that Creator app suddenly almost stopped. At this point, I'm getting like a handful, like 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 notifications in that app per day, whereas before it was 60. It's like literally a tenth or less of what it used to be. So I'm sorry I'm not able to respond to all your comments the same way I used to be. I wish I could, and I still would be doing that if I was getting those notifications, but it's really difficult to go in through the website and to find all of those, and I don't get notifications there of comments on old additional like existing threads and stuff. So I'm trying to respond whenever I can. When I get notifications, I respond to them, and when I'm in there anyway on the website, I'll check the most recent comments and generally go through and try to respond to most of them that I see there. But I'm just literally unable to easily respond to comments the way that I have for the life of the channel up to now. So that really sucks, and I just wanted you to all know why that's happening. It's just they've made it kind of impossible for me, and it's just something that happened with YouTube, and I don't know why it happened suddenly within the last week and a half to 2 weeks, but I wanted to let you know that why it happened and why I'm just not able to do that. Because I would just respond to comments on my phone whenever I have, a few minutes here and there, and that's how I was able to keep up as well as I have been doing. But all of a sudden, those notifications on my phone have almost disappeared, and that really messes that up for me. And I'm sorry. It's outside of my control, and I just wanted you to know why that is that way. I'll still keep doing my best, both through the phone app and through the website. I'll respond and comment when I can, but it's suddenly gotten a lot harder for me, and I wish it wasn't that way, but I wanted you to know why that is. Speaking of time, energy, and resources, I do have a second channel, which a lot of people don't realize, but I do like to take these little opportunities to give it a little plug. It's way, way smaller, and basically it's just an excuse for me to have fun and play other games with my friends. As much as I do love Terraria, and Terraria is on a very short list of the best games of all time as far as I'm concerned, and I love it so much. But I do still enjoy other games, and I like to play games with my friends, so I post fun stuff with my friends on the second channel. If you want to check that out, I'll put the link in the description. Please only subscribe over there, though, if you actually enjoy what we're doing over there, and if you are going to watch that. It's a common misconception, actually, among people trying to do YouTube, that you need to get subs by any means necessary and as many subscribers as possible. That's not really how it works. Actually, you only want subscribers who are actually interested in what you're doing and are going to watch your videos, at least occasionally. So the real challenge with doing YouTube is finding and reaching the people who are going to enjoy what you're doing. I mean, if you're putting out something good, people are going to enjoy it, but you have to get it in front of them. And that's a challenge. Think of YouTube as a search engine. There's my creator tip for today. If anybody else is trying to do YouTube, that's the challenge, actually. It's not begging to get subscribers. It's helping people find what you're doing. It makes itself from there, as long as you're doing something worth doing, and as long as there are people out there who enjoy what you're doing. Then the challenge really is getting them in front of your videos, whether it's search terms or, getting involved in a community, it's those sorts of things. Anyway, that's my YouTube creator tip for today, but I do have a ton of guide video ideas still in the pipeline for Terraria, of course. That's what I'm doing because that's what people respond to, and that's what has brought people to this channel, so that's what I'm going to do, and I love the game, so that works out well. And there's a lot happening with Terraria this year. 1.3.6 is coming for PC, 1.3 is coming for mobile, or the 1.3 equivalent, whatever they're going to call it, for mobile. That's iOS and Android, of course. 1.3.1 was recently released for Xbox One and PS4. They're promising more updates coming to those systems soon. So a lot of people are getting updates. Like most, current platforms are getting updates this year. Sorry to people still on old gen consoles or 3DS. I like to include you when I do my guides, but unfortunately they ruled out updates for those. So what can I say? But it's interesting, actually. I'm not sure how many people noticed the announcement that Relogic, the company that makes Terraria, is going to be at the PC Gaming Show this year, and that is in less than a week. That's next Monday, the 10th, June 10th. I am very interested to see what they're doing there. Why they're there is a big question for me. I'm wondering if they're going to be up to something big, if they're going to show something big. Maybe they'll be showing 1.3.6 for PC, but who knows? It could be something bigger than that too. So I'll be watching that. I don't do a lot of news style content on this channel, of course. It's difficult for me to keep up with latest news all the time. My life is busy and complicated. I wish that I could devote time to cover things as soon as they happen and so on. Generally, that's not been the case. It's just not how my life works. But I don't know. We'll see what happens, and who knows? Maybe I'll do a video on it. I've even been contemplating, whether I can cover the mobile version of the game using an emulator or something like that. I'm sure I could do screen recording on my phone, but uh, I'm a PC person mostly. I do have the Terraria on my phone now, and I've been playing it a bit. So I'm not PC only anymore, but yeah, anyway, that's just a tangent. But yeah, because my life is so busy and so complicated, that is one of the reasons I like to throw in playthroughs occasionally. I like doing playthroughs as well, just to break things up with, I don't have the time really to put out a guide every single week. And if I do a guide every single week, at least for the base Terraria game, I will run out of content eventually. And it's a strain on me to try to put one out every single week. So right now what I'm doing is every third week generally is when I'm putting out an episode of my playthroughs. I've considered, maybe I should just do every other week, like guide one week, play through the next. But YouTube seems to punish me actually for putting out those playthroughs because they're not quite as popular. That's just the way YouTube works, that it wants you to put out things that are popular with your viewers or with the YouTube audience in general. So unfortunately, those playthroughs basically punish the channel, which sucks because I know some of you really like them. Obviously not like the vast majority of the subscribers, but I know some of you do like them, and so I want to put those out and I enjoy doing them. It's just going to have to be not as often for the time being because that's just the way YouTube does things. So I figure the best I could do is to do every other week, but then I'd be doing less guides and stuff. So I don't know. The other thing though, I have gotten back into my expert playthrough, which you may have noticed. I've just put out one first new episode in like over 6 months, I think. But I'll be doing that, and I'll be trying to finish that playthrough more quickly. The first like 20 episodes, which I had out until last week. We're taking it pretty slow and just exploring, and honestly, that's because I enjoy that part of the game. I like seeing, okay, what's this new world look like? What am I gonna find? I think that adventure and exploration is really a part of the game that I personally really enjoy. But it's obviously not super popular, and I want to get through it. And one of the reasons I want to get through it is because I want to get into the mods for Terraria. I've been intentionally avoiding Terraria mods, not because I'm not interested, not because I don't know how to do it, but because I want it to be fresh when I get there and when I start featuring it on the channel. So at this point, I want to push through my Terraria expert playthrough because I don't want to leave it unfinished. So I'm going to push through that quicker. I'm going to do more editing. I'm going to try to make progress quicker in the game so that I can get into doing mods. And probably I'll be starting with playthroughs, and probably I'm going to keep this thing where I'm intentionally not doing mods and like not really learning about the mods because I just want to start fresh and be like a noob and an idiot when I start out. I like to do that, and if you watch the second channel, I do that with my friends all the time. We just start a game and start playing and see what happens, and I like that approach personally. I don't know if you like that as viewers. You can tell me what you think of that approach, but that's the approach I like to do. So I'm intentionally avoiding mods until I'm ready to show them on the channel and just play through them. And then, if I run out of content to do guides for the base Terraria game, I will probably start doing guides for mods, but I want to get into the playthroughs first. So we'll see that where that goes. Don't seem to be a lot of guides for the mods out there. The downside and maybe the reason why there aren't more guides for the mods is that they're just on PC. So that does exclude a huge percentage of the Terraria player base that's on console and mobile. So I don't know. You can let me know what you think of that too. How much should I get into mods? How much? Obviously playthroughs. I think that's interesting, even if you can't play it on your own system. So that makes sense, and I'm sure those playthroughs would probably be more popular. than the basic game that everybody's been playing for many years now. But as far as guides, that's a good question. Obviously, those would be popular for people on PC who know how to do mods and know how to play mods and need help with that. But I don't know how interested other people would be if they can't play the mod. What's the point in watching a guide for the mod? I don't know. Let me know what you think of that. And I haven't had much time to do content, guides or otherwise, for other games on this main channel either. I've been so focused on Terraria, and there's so much content in Terraria to cover. Honestly, I still have a long list of things to cover. So I've been very occupied with Terraria, and that's what's brought most people to the channel. It's been very popular, so I haven't had much reason to do content for other games, but I do want to mix in content for other games at least occasionally, just to break it up, just to mix it up, just to have something else on the channel. I mean, as much as I don't want to, there are certainly channels that are 100% devoted to Terraria, or more or less, and this one has become almost that. But I don't want to be completely reliant on one thing, and you people, I'm sure, play other games occasionally as well, and I do like to play other things as well. It's this is primarily a Terraria channel at this point. There's no point saying otherwise, but I like to throw in other things occasionally, so I will keep trying to do that. I'll try to put other things out once in a while to keep things interesting, and the next thing will probably be the upcoming Steam sale. I have a long tradition of covering those. I had my first Steam sale video before I started into Terraria, and those are generally very popular as well, and I just cover it quickly and in brief, so I will probably do that. Steam summer sale should be coming soon for those who are interested. I think was it June 20th or around there. It's expected. It's the beginning of summer, right? June 20th, I think. So it'll be around there for sure. So I'll probably cover that, and once in a while I'll throw in other things, but just to let you know how that's all going. As for me personally, and how my life is going, and how things are going otherwise, life is good. I'm happier than I've been in a long time. I'm doing better than I've done in a long time, and that has a lot to do with all of you, and I want to express my appreciation for that as well. Just by watching and supporting this channel, you have changed my life, like seriously. The income from this channel has increased. It's still not my main income. The larger portion of my income still comes from my business. I do have a business, but it's a major portion now coming from this channel. And that means my overall income has improved a bit, and not only am I okay, I actually can start thinking about, investments in the channel and otherwise, and like saving some money and that kind of thing. But my first priority, actually, having a little bit of extra money at this point, is to start making some investments and improvements in the channel. So that is the first thing that I plan to do. I am planning on building a whole new PC, because I do my recording on PC. I want to make an awesome new gaming rig, and a dedicated recording box. What I plan to do actually is build a new main computer. My main gaming box also does my business and everything, but then repurpose my old computer I'm recording this on, which will become my old computer, as a dedicated recording box, so that the recording happens on a different computer than the gameplay and so on, so that that box being dedicated to recording can do better recording, and I can do like 60 frames per second. I've been doing 1080p 30 frames per second. For Terraria, generally that's good enough. But I have noticed some other people's recordings do look a little better than mine. So if I can get a dedicated recording box, even for Terraria, that's going to look a little better. Especially for the second channel, having a much upgraded system and a dedicated box is going to help more with other games. And some of you may have seen my Rust guide, which, the frame rate came across horribly. So things like that, it's going to just be a massive help. And I am a geek and I build my own computers, so I have plans for what I'm going to build there. But we'll see. I'm actually watching the announcements. There are some announcements around now as well, so that'll affect exactly what I end up getting. But even beyond that, I might be able to do like some couch co-op videos and that kind of thing. I'm actually a bit of a Nintendo fan as well. I haven't bought a Switch. I've had most of the Nintendo consoles up to now. The only one I had skipped before now was the N64, but I do not have a Switch. If I find I have enough money kicking around, I'd like to get it. It's kind of expensive. But couch co-op with Terraria and otherwise, I'm interested for the Switch version of Terraria to see if they have split screen co-op. That would be cool. That would be like almost a reason to get a Switch and get Terraria on it, so I could sit down with my friends and have like a split screen video to show you all and to record, us playing like next to each other. That would be kind of cool. And even again for the second channel to be able to do that kind of gameplay in general as well, not just on Switch but on PC and Steam games and whatever. So that's something I'm looking at. Beyond that, we'll see how far I want to go with that kind of stuff. But it's cool to be able to think about actually doing the things that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I'm actually finally at the point now where I can think about actually doing that. Anyway, for now, I'm going to leave it at that. I do tend to go on, as many of you have noticed. I'll talk for a very long time, but I'm going to leave it there. And again, I just want to say thank you all so much. Thank you. You have truly changed my life, and I will never forget that. And I want you to know that I will never forget that, and I will do my best to pay it back by improving this channel, doing better and better as best I can, and to keep this going and doing this as long as I can, as long as it makes sense, as long as the channel exists, and as long as people are watching. I will be here, I will be doing this, and I will just keep trying to make it better, because hey, as far as I'm concerned, I owe that to you. So thank you again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I guess I'll see you next time. Bye for now.